A very good afternoon to everyone who is here with me for today's session. Hi, my name is Asim Kumar Pradhan and I am a security engineer at Traversal Technologies Private Limited. So today we'll be deep diving into a critical actively exploited vulnerability, that is CVE-2025-110017, concerning 7-zip symbolic link abuse and directory traversal exploitation. So the main takeaway from this session, which is highlighted right here, is extraction is remote code education. We are here to identify this threat and more importantly, secure your environment against it. But before we deep dive into the technical details, let me give you a brief account of our organization, which is Threadsys Technologies Private Limited. So it is a certain associated ISO 2700001 certified company. We focus on providing a 360-degree cybersecurity services dedicated to securing essential data for our clients. For the past 12 years, we have served clients across public and private sectors in diverse verticals like banking, tech, health tech, manufacturing, and oil and gas, and many other industries, both domestically and internationally. We specialize in securing IT infrastructure and assets, and our services align with the latest hacking trends to discover danger points, analyze and conditions, and respond appropriately, covering major compliances like ISO 27001, HIPAA, PCI DSS, GDPR, SOC 2, and many other things. So, thank you. Let me share my PPT.
So these are all being discussed before sharing my screen. So here is a quick look at what we will cover today. We will start with the executive summary, the core facts and severity. Then we will move towards why this matters, covering the widespread impact of the issue. Then we will break down the attack chain, step-by-step process of the exploitation. Following that, we will look our environment setup, like how I isolated my windows and everything with a live demonstration of the exploit. Finally, the most crucial, we will in detail look about the essential mitigations, the implementation that you need to implement, and the timeline and current status of this vulnerability. So let's move on to the executive summary. This is a critical vulnerability with a CVSS score of 9.8, which is categorized in a severe, critical, and is being categorized as directory traversal, that is CWE22, plus symlink abuse vulnerability that ultimately leads to remote code execution or RCE. So the affected versions are from 21.02 through 24.09 and being fixed with 25 version and 25 plus versions. The attack vector are the malicious files, malicious zip files that are crafted with symlink. We will look what symlink is. The fix is available and the attack vector The exploit uses an malicious file containing crafted symlink metadata. This is not theoretical threat, it is confirmed to be actively exploited in the wild. It was confirmed by NHS England Digital in November 2025. The key requirements are the crucial factors for successful exploitation is a 7-zip running with admin privileges on Windows. Let's move on to the next slide. We will look why this matters. Why should the particular vulnerability keep CISOs and IT teams up at night? The trust utility. 7-zip is widely spread, used across enterprise, developer, and home environment globally. Like you must be using 7-zip if you are like downloading any contents from Telegram or somewhere where that is being zipped with Z01, Z02 extensions that needs 7-zip to be extract. So I hope you might be using 7-zip now. The broad trust makes it an ideal target, and the minimal user interaction is required in this CVE, where the attacker only requires the user to open and initiate the extraction of the malicious zip file. And the impact is much. A successful RCE allow an executory arbitrary code to run with system privileges. Then the real world confirmed incident is an active exploitation attempt confirmed by NHS England Digital in November 2025. 7-zips require a manual update process, meaning most organizations are still running with the vulnerable version, increasing the exposure risk. So the attack chain. So how we can exploit this vulnerability? So an attacker like this is an attack chain. How an attacker initiate the attack till it gets the remote code execution. So let's walk through the 6 steps of attackers takes to exploit this flow. The attacker first need to craft an malicious zip file. The file contains two components: a symlink entry and an actual payload file. For instance, a file is intended to be. Then he delivers the zip file through any phishing email or by any social engineering techniques. Then the victim gets the zip file and tries to extract it using 7-zip with an version of 21.02 till 24.08 with admin privileges. After extracting the zip file, the symlink will be created that will redirect NTFS symlink. So while the extraction is taking place, it is redirected by the symlink into the privileged target directory. Like if you are extracting the 7-zip file, the file will automatically redirect to an privileged directory that may be system32, SAM system files, or anywhere inside the system that contains the critical informations and will overwrite the file or execute any commands inside that. So if the payload is crafted with a remote code execution, then definitely you will get a remote code execution over there. Like you can see this is under system32 means you are getting the admin privileged RC. That is very much critical. So let's move on to the environment setup. Like to demonstrate this CV, I have done a setup in my laptop. That is, I have an isolated Windows 11 in my virtual machine running right now. For the safety protocol, I have like changed my network adapter to host only mode so that my other machines and other network host might get protected. Then the I have installed the vulnerability software of the 7-zip which is like unpatched. Then an exploitation script I have, like a proof of concept of Python script is there with me, which will create the zip file that will be used for exploitation. Then I have the payload, which is harmless, like only to demonstrate in this webinar. So let's move on to the live demo. So here is my isolated windows where I'm going to run the script and get you the zip file. But unfortunately, I cannot show you the remote code execution or any crafted payload running over here because that is not ethically correct. So I will be showing you what has been fixed in the new version. What is the error now I'm getting in the new version? Even though I have the old version and even the payload is ready with me, I cannot demonstrate you right now. This is the one which is the vulnerable 7-zip version, which I can exploit. But ethically, this is not correct. So I'm going to demonstrate you what has been fixed in the new version. So this is the 7-zip I currently have installed. That is 25.01, which is a patched version. So here is the POC Python script by which I will be generating the 7-zip file, a zip file that contains the payload. So this is what my payload has been generated, the zip file. This same zip file I can transit the victim through social engineering or other any phishing attacks. And let me extract this folder inside local disk C. Let me normally extract with the 7-zip file now. So here is what I'm getting. So this is an required privileges are not held by the client. Like I have already told you that if we need to execute this payload or to extract this file, we need to run the 7-zip with administrative privileges. This is the least privileges policy done by Windows, which is initially helping you to not to extract the payload file. So this is a good mitigations, but it can be bypassed using advanced skills. So let me re-extract these files using administrative privileges. Let me open my 7-zip with administrative privileges and extract the same file. This is what the payload look like. This is a syslink file. This is the payload file, and this will be normally extracted that I have added. So mainly what was this payload is, if I'm extracting this payload, it will corrupt the file inside this, it will overwrite the file inside the user's public threads is target. This file will be getting overwrite. This the payload mainly is an not effective payload. It only overrides this file, which might be a crucial information or any SAM system thing. So now when I have extracted this file inside my demo, so when I'm extracting this with the 7-zip as an administrator, and extracting this content, This is the error. This is the mitigation which 7-zip has done in 25 version 25, where the symbolic link is not allowed. Like cannot create symbolic link. The data present in the phrase point buffer is invalid. So this is the mitigation which 7-zip has done in the recent version, but in the older version, the payload might be extracted and being executed without any user intervention and directly get overwritten over this target file, which I have created this payload. But you can customize this payload and escalate the privileges, like you can corrupt the system, like you can get the SAM system folder dumped. You get the complete RCE over this machine, Windows machine, and can do any action you required. As it is being extracted using administrative privileges, you get the administrative privilege in the remote code execution. So you will be the highest privileged user over this system. This is what I need to demonstrate. I'm not ethically correct in demonstrating the actual payload with a vulnerable version. So that's it from this demonstration side. Let's move on to how it is being mitigated and what are the timelines of mitigations and everything. So these are the mitigation strategies that you need to do if you have an outdated 7-zip file or version. So the demonstration which I have shown you shows the severity of the attack. That is very critical. You are getting the administrative privileges. So here is a long-term mitigation strategies for your organization. So the first thing will be the patching. The most critical step is to update all 7-zip instances to version 25.01 or later. This addresses this vulnerability and related symlink flaws. As I have shown you, what is like the latest version do? Like the error is being popped up, telling that the symlink cannot be created. Then privilege restriction. Ensure that the least privileges is being provided, specifically restricting 7-zip execution from non-admin context to prevent it from successfully creating the redirecting symlink. Then implementing strict policy to block or heavily securitize archives arriving from external untrusted sources. Then implement controls such as EDR or application whitelisting to prevent executable payloads from running out of common extraction paths, like the download or public folder, as I have shown you in my demonstration. Then if you use 7-zip in automation, audit, or your scripts to ensure the new command line switch which disables symlink hard link creation for security is not being unnecessarily disabled. That should be enabled so that it will block the symlink creation. Let's move on to the timeline of patching. To conclude our technical part of our presentation, I want to leave you with the thoughts of CVE 2025-1101 is dangerous not because of a single misplaced byte, but because it shatters the trust chain built around the utility that is fundamental to near every enterprise environment. So, starting from May, the vulnerability has been reported to the vendor. Then, initially, after 6 days, the vendor have given a beta patch for this vulnerability. That was not a complete remediation for this vulnerability. So in July 2025, they have released an initial patch for 7-zip, that is 25.0. Then after few public disclosures being reported via zero-day initiative, they have and in October 17, the proof of concept was publicly available. So in November 2025, which is a recent, they have this attack has been exploited and is being confirmed by NHS England Digital that they have been affected by this vulnerability. So, an complete patch has been released by 7-zip, that is 25.01, to mitigate this vulnerability completely. So, thank you, and I hope you have learned something from this presentation. We like I hope the session has been provided the clarity and urgency required to address the critical vulnerability in the environment. We are now open for questions. If you have any follow-up questions or require assistance with auditing or patience, uh, you can ask me now or can contact us in the given emails and from our website, that is traversal.co.in. Like, I'm open for your questions right now. I can see there is no comments available or no questions being asked. So if you like have any questions or any query related to this CVE, you can contact me with the given email provided or through the website. You can raise the query. Thank you.